expect to see a Bastion melee kill. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty insane. I'm not gonna lie to you. But now here we are on the horizon. This is a map where you could potentially play Winston. It has a lot of high ground to favor you, but it looks like both teams, they're going to be looking for just the Rhine Goats mirror, the free coming out at you. British Hurricane, however, they do have Hafikul and Daned on the Widowmaker. As we know, these are more like scouting heroes. If Hafikul does run out on the Sombra, I could see him actually staying on it, going for that EMP, and with a map being so open like this, there's not much opportunity for Exaraf to hide from the EMP himself. So Hafikul could basically hunt him down. But we'll see if he goes back over to the
I think he's just trying to have a really good... No, he actually threw the translocator off to the side. So he's not throwing it in spawn. He's not going back. He's waiting for the right opportunity. He's not going back. He's waiting for the hack. Once you go hack, you never go back. And he's going to be there to hopefully try and shut down some Morning Stars as Hurricane pressing into them. And I'm surprised Numlock was able to stay up there. But he got the support from the rest of his team as... Numlock's going to throw that big boy Flame Strike into Exaraf, and you're missing a lot of pressure there with the Nyata down, and Malzahsa just going to be collapsed on. This is a really easy take for British Hurricane.
That was a huge amount of pressure they applied to Morning Stars. I think Morning Stars holding in a really awkward area, to be honest with you. Usually I would have liked to see them hold on high ground, wait for British Hurricane to walk to them, so during the rotation they can punish that with aggressive play. So Morning Stars, they put themselves in a bit of an awkward situation there with Hafikul being on the Sombra. And just quickly, Sombra works so well on Horizon Lunar Colony in particular, because there is so much high ground where you can get these good hacks off uninterrupted by just people turning around. Because Malzahsa, he can't interrupt the hack. If it's behind him, it's still going to go through regardless of whether he turns his shield or not.
Go commit that Graviton Surge, pulls hardest to Malzahsa, and then Leaf into the party as well. It's an easy take-up for them, and Leaf's going to stay alive a little bit longer. Soundbarrier comes out too late to save him. EMP shuts everything down, apart from Exaraf, who popped the trans in time, and he will be able to keep himself up there. Nice Shatter as well. Leaf, everyone being taken down. Incredible momentum play coming out from British Hurricane. They might just smash this map out in one blank.
I think it's a mistake from Morning Stars there.
I thought you were going to say it's a mistake. This shouldn't be happening.
It's a mistake. It's not real. It's not real, guys. No, it's a mistake from Morning Stars, absolutely. I think they're holding close and then getting immediately snowballed into point B. And I think using both supportive ultimates there was kind of bad. Really what I would prefer to seen was immediately Dredro go for the disengage. They must have known Hafikul was close to that EMP. Go for the disengage. You lose your main tank, right? Sure. You give him a couple ticks. You use the sound barrier to re-engage and then Transcendence afterwards. You don't really have to split at that point because you are fighting in such a closed area, and Transcendence just provides you a lot more options because it's less burstable than a sound barrier is. So Morning Stars, a lot of mistakes lead to that. British Hurricane playing with the Sombra perfectly, very happy with it. I'm not sure why they're not having Bucket on the Ana though. That confuses me because if you have such good high ground advantage, you can go for the quick hacks onto Malzahsa, and immediately afterwards Bucket, with his great ability usage that he's shown throughout his entire career, could go for an instant sleep or an instant bio grenade onto Malzahsa.
Yeah, obviously shutting down the healing onto your main tank, who's often the focus of a lot of the aggression in these head-to-head matchups. It's going to be very problematic for Numlock to stay in this fight. But British Hurricane on the defense first. They're going in with a standard Goats composition. And I imagine we'll see Malzahsa. He doesn't quite have the flexibility that someone like Hafikul does, who is touted as a Swiss Army knife. Yeah. I think Malzahsa will obviously be using the Sombra for a scout, but we'll see him back onto a main tank position. Yeah,
and this is where I would have ideally liked to have seen Morning Stars set up. I'm not sure why they didn't. It provides much more flexibility because your Reinhardt obviously doesn't have a jetpack, so set him up on the high ground early does really help him out. It means he's already up there, and he immediately drops. Okay, fair enough. So you're just going to make the same mistake as Morning Stars. Let's just run him over, guys.
Well, let's see if they do get run over this time around. It looked like Hurricane had a very set plan to do here, and defense looking solid for right now as Morning Stars are trying to find a way in. Leaf got that critical bar on his health. He needs to get back to safety, gets that passive healing coming out from Exaraf. Dragon Eddy going down low as well. Malzahsa seems to be the prime focus. Like we said, main tank's getting a lot of attention here. It's the same for Numlock, but this isn't a tsunami. It's more of a little bit of a splash from the paddling pool coming out from Morning Stars here. They are taking ground, but they're not doing it in the dominant fashion that British Hurricane were able to do on their offense as they finally step onto the point. Stunned up sooner, but he's at 100 energy. He's just going to shred through them right now, and Malzahsa's already gone down. They're going to lose hardest as well. He goes down with all that energy. He's ramped up as well. It's absolutely terrible for Morningstars because they have to start from scratch.
No, I'm not actually unhappy the way the British Hurricane. I'm like, oh, I hate this. Oh, actually, I love it now. You had to try it to like it. It's like Marmite, really. But I think the zones of control that they have here, this is obviously point number 1. Yep. Then they move back to point just before the point, that's point number 2, and then point itself, point number 3. And all the rotations that they made there, in terms of bubbles and charge, was perfect.
Nice shadow coming out there, perfectly timed with Numlock being displaced. Hardest got a double melee kill onto Pocket and Yofi. Just scratching our heads at that one, but fantastic sit-piece play by Morningstars. They were just able to boot Numlock out of position already, and they're getting a stagger onto the Baby D.Va. And with Numlock, without that shield in place, everyone gets shattered, and it's just easy for someone like Hardest to come in there and just clean it all up.
Yeah, now we really want to look for the snowball. Unfortunately, you don't have a shatter anymore, so Numlock has shatter presence in this fight. So Morningstar, they really want to go for a grab early, force out as many supportive ultimates as they can, and then hopefully win the fight after that.
They're going to step onto the point, sending the self-destruct out early. Hardest has the bubble. He's already cleared out Numlock, so there was no shield for the self-destruct. They had to play around the cover, and they've given him all the territory. Pocket comes in from the side with the Transcendence, keeps him up, and Yofi gets charged out of place. He actually committed the sound barrier, but wasn't able to land, I don't believe, actually, because he's just been cancelled mid-animation. That might have been huge there from Malzahsa as the rest of Morningstars take over the point, and it's on Numlock to use this shatter. He didn't have the opportunity to in point A, and Malzahsa's just keeping the pressure on him. Nice slam from Numlock, but they're going to have that Flame Strike eaten up. It will keep one of the supports alive, and the bubble comes in as well. Actually, big plays there from both supportive tanks to keep them up as they're going to grab the rest of Morningstars off point, and without resources, there's going to be British Hurricane with the retake. So they're already beating the time bank, but what a great start for Morningstars.
Yeah, a great start for them. 2 ticks. The Leaf, I really think he did think that they could win that fight. He popped the rally whilst he was in the graviton. And I guess it kind of works as a pseudo transcendence. Really bad, really bad.
It's a budget transcendence.
It is a budget transcendence. The one you get is the one you get from bloody Tesco's, mate.
Value.
It's a value transcendence. It's a value, I promise. It's like a meal deal. But Leaf there tries to go for that, but they lose momentum pressure with the rally.
He took out Pocket again. He was sitting on the Transcendence as well, and Dragon Eddie going to fold into Numlock, and they're missing that big ultimate. But this means there's a time limit on Morningstar's success because Pocket is already respawned, has the Transcendence. He can buy more time if he has to. Point control coming in. Pocket just surfing in, buying a little bit of extra time, burning more of it for the side of Morningstars, and it gives him enough time for Numlock to get back in. He actually charge kills Leaf. They're missing one of the supports, and they're filtering out here like a production line. The store in full effect. And Sooner, just a little bit late to the punch. Morningstars will complete, but not nearly as fast as Hurricane.
So it's only 2 minutes late, so it's not too bad overall. So you're down 2 minutes. I don't think that's a massive deal. Now that Morningstars understand how Hurricane want to play this first point, hopefully they can do it a little bit better. What we saw last time is I think that really what did happen is there was some greedy bubbles coming out from Hardest.
Imagine my shock.
Imagine my shock when Hardest used both bubbles very, very greedily. And I think in that situation, British Hurricane, they just turn on the gas there. Yofi just whacks on the speed boost, and like, well, they have neither shield. This is why you see Hardest and Malzahsa go very, very low. A little bit of a mistake when it comes to target calling because there was a lot of split damage there. But then Extraf goes down to the Fire Strike immediately after. So well played to Numlock, well played to British Hurricane as a whole. I think Yofi doing an excellent job here to get them in and out of these engagements.
Yeah, he yanked the aux cable from them, started putting on the banging tunes in the car and drove them straight to victory. 13 seconds before we're about to jump into this next setup. Like we said, Hurricane have the time advantage. They'll be on defense first. It's on Morningstars to set the tempo of this second phase of play on Horizon.
Yeah, so Morningstars now, they'll be jumping out. It's the same composition again. So what I'd like to see here is slow. You don't have to go fast. What we saw in Blizzard World was that single double bubble rotation actually snowballed the whole entire map. So yeah, here we go. They're playing it slow. They soft engage it. Now they're going to go back in again. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted to see.
Playing nice and slow, and Hardest needs some HP under his belt. They're going to get the armor pack donation from Leaf to top him up as they go in for this one, pressing Hurricane into this corner. Here's the cereal box in action, it looks like, for British Hurricane. And the HP bar's very low. There's no surprise toy at the bottom of this box, unfortunately, for Hurricane, as they're just being forced around to the side. And they're going to have to give over positional control and letting them get progress on the point, but they're not losing members. That's the most important thing, is they're trying to go back in here. Malzahsa swinging up against Numlock, taking a lot of damage. The protected barrier already down. Driedro's found a D-mech on the Happy. It's going to be a little bit of a problem here for Hurricane to stay in this one without that tank, but Suna's got the grab. Plants it straight away into the back line.
They want to get rid of him.
He wants to 1v1 him, and he goes in with the fist. Suna takes out Hardest, and the rest of Hurricane have come back onto this one. They're going to hold point A.
Oi! You get over here. It's a nice grab. I'm pleased with that one. I'm pleased with that one, Suna. He definitely scrambled out of that cereal box quick. That's like he was the toy at the bottom of the cereal box. He just pops out like a spring.
Yeah, spring-loaded Jack in the Box, just straight out there. Turns out there's a boxing glove at the end of it, though, and it just knocks you for 6.
Exactly. Now, the main thing I want to look for here is ideally Morningstars. They want to win this fight with basically only using Sound Barrier. Knowing now that Suna's grab is down, as long as they can win this fight with just Sound Barrier, okay.
Well, big shatter from Malzahsa means they might not even need to worry about the win conditions you're setting them for on Blank. They're just going to swing through the rest of Hurricane, and like the rats they are, they're scrambling away, and they're just being absolutely cleaved down by the hammer here. Morningstar's going to take point A.
Scurried back to point B. They're going to get an extra 30 seconds. This is actually not too bad. You can Sound Barrier into this one, knowing that Suna is very low charge right now. They're going to be quick about it. Sound Barrier is going to come out, Amp immediately afterwards. Hardest goes for the quick grab, as well as knowing Suna's down in charge. Obviously, it's going to be around about 60 to 100, 60 to 0 here versus Suna. I think they can win this one. This could actually be huge.
Big momentum play on the cards for Morningstars if they just do that. There's the rally coming in as well as they lead the charge into British Hurricane. Suna's already been taken out. The Transcendence comes out just a fraction
We just wait now.
From Pocket as Dan's going to be putting. There's the re-engage coming in with the Sound Barrier. Keeps Malzahsa in lead. Numlock is swinging in the air. He's locked down by the grab. This is perfect play here by Morningstars. They're going to get it done. Malzahsa will go down to the self-destruct, so slightly imperfect, but they've done enough here to get control of the point. They just need to handle the respawns that are coming in.
Yeah, Suna's trying to get in that Discord on, was in him for a second. Dragonetti, he also has the self-destruct sequence, so no one's touching this point, whether they like it or not.
Well, there's already Numlock. He's killed as the charge comes in. They've cleared him off the point. 6 members there. The rocking ball is not going to get much done here. Morningstars with the momentum play get the completion again on Horizon.
And that's exactly what I wanted to see. Really, really well played. I think they used the Transcenders because they knew that we were all going to be running through that choke come point A. So it makes a lot of sense there, because instead of having to split up with the Sound Barrier, you all stay very close together. It didn't really matter though, because Malzahsa, he hit the Fat Slam. On pretty much
fatty shatty.
He hit a fatty shatty, and everyone was on the floor, basically rolled down. It was like a red carpet to point B after that.
See, the green carpet of Hurricane.
The green carpet of Hurricane, indeed. It's like, please just walk on us to point B. It's fine.
Well, they were able to get that completion as well. Does put the current map scoreline at 4-2. Still a 6-minute and 9-second time bank for Hurricane to play with when we do come back from this brief pause. It's probably either lag, a disconnect, or...
You love the lag.
I love the lag, but I also love the potential that one of these Hurricane players just gone, we shouldn't have lost that, and launched a keyboard across the map. Not the map, across his room.
Like a frisbee.
Yeah, like a frisbee, but everything's back to normal. Morningstars still have gas in the tank, so if Hurricane complete this one, we're going to get attempt number 3.
Yeah, but it's 6 minutes. It's a big time bank.
You'd expect them to finish.
Yeah, British Hurricane set themselves up for a massive amount of success here. So I'm happy for them. And I would not be surprised if they go for this attack again with Hafikul on this Sombra. I think Dragonetti, obviously playing for Italy in World Cup here. He has a bunch of experience on Diva. Hafikul, they want to use his diverse, and like you were saying earlier, he's like the
Swiss Army
knife of British Hurricane. They want to be able to use all the utensils to their advantage.
Technically, he's an Icelandic army knife, but
it's
if you want to be specific,
yeah, we'll be specific there. Don't worry. I mean, so they want to pull everything out that they can. Really make Morningstars have to think about it, how they want to play stuff.
GG, not quite.
Not quite
Still-
yet. Come on now.
Still got a round to
rude.
play at least, as Hurricane going to walk onto the offense and start using that sizable 6-minute time bank they built for themselves. Happy trying to get through here without being spy checked. Leaf knows the route he's going to take, just swinging that
He's like,
base
"You're not
over the
coming through here."
But they're already aggressing onto Hurricane, knowing that the pathing Happy wanted to take is out of order, and Exoraf is going to whack that out of order
He's still
side on the
going.
corpse of Numlocked as he pushes him to the floor, back into the spawn room, and first offense being taken away, but they're going to give some free time over to Happy to just stand on the point.
Happy's like, what
Guys,
do I do?
the objective.
I mean, this is really smart. Really smart the way they adapted. And this is exactly what I was talking about, is that now that they know what the kind of attack that British Hurricane want to go for, they can deal with it quite quickly. Wow, will we just aggress onto him again? Speed boost time again?
Speed boost time, run at them. I really hope Malzahsa spotted the translocator and was stood there waiting for it.
Yeah, definitely. He's ready to swing. And what this does, though, is that these two hugely convincing fights from just the smart aggression coming out from Morningstars means that British Hurricane, their economy is pretty poor. Numlocked 30% towards his Shatter. Malzahsa at a solid 100% right now.
100 drops it, catches someone on the edge of the shield. I believe that was Danner who just quickly sweeps up after Dragon Eddy, and he finds Bocket. Hurricane, again, go for the treat. Bocket has got his Transcendence, so he can have a panic button if stuff starts to go wrong for Hurricane again.
Yeah, it doesn't matter though. Hardest is going to grab very early in this fight, force that Transcendence out, and then both supportive ultimates that have now come online for Morningstars will just win out the next fight nice and easy for them as long as they snowball this one correctly.
Graviton Surge. Nice and ready for Hardest. Like
There's
we
no
said,
Diva Matrix.
we're expecting it early, and like you said, Blank, no defense matrix. If Hardest wanted to, he could yeet this grab from here into British Hurricane.
Wouldn't
and get
matter.
him. Wouldn't matter. No one's going to eat it.
Can't
They're
catch
going to
that
play
one.
it so. They're going to want to get him into a more favorable position. Let them think they have a false sense of security,
Let
and
them
then
come
go
in,
for the
guys.
launch.
Allow them a little bit of space. Problem is, you're giving more time for Suna to grab his Graviton, which means you have to disengage right now.
Numlock's already found Leaf. This could have been a bit of a misplay by Morningstars. Their patience is costly as Malzahsa has also been dropped. Happy cool. He's got that EMP available, but they're not even going to need to use it. They're just clean through them. Morningstars, what have you done?
This is odd. I think they gave them far too much time. I honestly think that really in that situation, because the fights had been so clean, Hardest had not been given very much time to build up to 100 energy. So he was waiting, sitting on the flanks, waiting for some aggression from British Hurricane. But now they have pretty much everything in the pocket other than the rally. This is shades of the last attack that they went for, and with 3 minutes 40 in the bank, it's very sizable compared to the 1 minute that Morningstars have.
And Hafikul's already snuck behind enemy lines, so wherever they're spy checking, they might not get away with finding out where he is. And this could be lethal if he jumps in behind them with the EMP, especially if he hits the supports. Shatter coming out nice and early. Counter Shatter comes down as well as the sound barrier. Hafikul's already taken out Malzahsa. Hardest is going to go down before he even starts to rebuild his energy. But most importantly, going down with the Graviton Surge. You got both support ultimates from Morningstars. They want to stall this one out, but they need to get back onto the point fast. 5 members ticking. We're at 78%, 80%. Boot back, but Exoraf will contest this one. Graviton eaten by Dragon. Eddie Sooner's not going to get that one off. EMP shuts down the rest of the fight. Sound barrier comes in afterwards. Dredro stays off to the sides and secures it. Coming back in, and now Bocket uses that Transcendence. Healing of their own. Graviton Surge finally gets out from Hardest, but where's the damage to do anything with it? They're just locking them together, stopping them from killing you, but it's not enough, as they're just going to do it immediately afterwards. You've not fixed the problem. You slap some gaffer tape on it, unfortunately. But it looks like Hurricane, they've got this one on the wraps. We're going to see another attempt at Horizon.
It was very well played from Dragon Eddy there to get the E. Is really important. I think he knew that Suna wanted to lock them in spawn, make sure they couldn't get out. But really in that situation, what happens is you try to get out to point, because there are staggers coming through, you don't have the Transcendence to fully regroup because you already used the touch point. You only have the sound barrier. Again though, Dredro played it perfectly, waited for the EMP. They were very patient about it, got the sound barrier out, but it's still not enough time for Hardest to build up to any substantial charge to actually run at British Hurricane. And by the time they go down, it's all over. Again, some really nice shatters coming out from Numlocked, hitting the Zarya and the Reinhardt at the same time. Two very key members to get out of the way early in the fight and debilitate the charge that Hardest had in the beginning there.
Hey, progress has been made though. They turned that 2-minute difference into a 1 minute 30, roughly.
Yeah, 30 seconds shaved off.
Shaved off,
Nice
so they're
and easy.
bringing the gap closer together. But as we're getting into the danger zone of 1 minute 15 or 1 minute 17, more specifically for Morningstars, they do pose the risk that they don't complete. And this will be our final attempt at Horizon Lunar Colony.
Yeah, this could be it right here. Unless they make some dramatic change of pace and run all the way to point B and take it there, that we could be seeing this one stop at 5 points on point A itself. British Hurricane holding on high ground, but you can expect them to drop quite quickly depending on the pathing the Morning Stars take. And again, use those zones of control, back it all the way up.
Plays one nice and slow for now. Looking for that double bubble rotation. Like you said, Blank keep pointing it out. They go in, get some charge, come back, buy some time, wait for the cooldowns and go for round 2. And I think Hurricane, they would know this pattern as well. They're going to be familiar with it, and they're waiting for it to happen as well. And they see Hardest go down low. They want to take the fight to them a little bit more, but Hurricane looking very healthy right now. I can't say the same for Morning Stars. They're going to answer trade their Reinhardt's away sooner. Taking out Exo Rafts. It's 2-for-1 trade at the moment, and as soon as getting towards that Graviton Surge, it's actually outcharging Hardest right now. And with the small time bank, one lost fight, and a lot of this donation coming over to Sooner, it's going to be problematic for Morning Stars to get this capture.
Yeah, British Hurricane, they are missing their main tank currently, though. He's coming back to the fight, and Morning Stars will get back to this very quickly, which is why they need to press the go button now. Sooner, however, I think we might have been sleeping on it a little bit. He's playing extremely well at the moment. 70 charge, almost towards that Graviton, knows he needs to get it out quickly while Exoraf doesn't have the trance.
Leaf going very low. They've got the Graviton Surge available. Shatter committed by Numlord, going to put it off to the side, separate the team even further. They've let one through the rings. He's gone for the point to try and get some progress. They're actually going to have Dredro just sit on there, and they're going to bring back the rest of British Hurricane. Dragon, and he comes in to buy some more time. Trying to get more than 33%. They're not going to get it.
I think Dragon Eddie could have actually got them 33% if he made the move quicker to the point. I think he was holding on the high ground for far too long. I know that he was going to go for the boop there to move them off, but it was so close. But that's really hard to determine in the moment. So I feel for the guy. I know why he was up there. It's just unfortunately it doesn't come to fruition that they get the 33% in the end. Valiant attempt from Dredro, to say the least.
Yeah, it's worth a shot to go into, knowing that British Hurricane would take the fight to Morning Stars and might let their guard down and let a Lucio sneak through. Well played by Hurricane to get back there in time and contest it. Stop that 33% coming in, because it now means that the best that Morning Stars can hope for is a tie, and they've got to defend the assault of British Hurricane for 2 minutes and 48.
Yeah, British Hurricane. It's their final attack. And all they have to take is 33% here. Morning Stars, best they're looking for is the draw right now. British Hurricane, they want to take it all. They want to take the win. Happy-Cool goes over to the Sombra. Morning Stars, they want to hold close. They want to go for those drastic plays, but Happy-Cool understands that now. Probably won't take the same pathing as before. And really, at some point, Happy-Cool, he is going to hit that EMP. So you got to give more time for Exoraf to build up towards that Transcendence. It's the only thing that's going to keep you in here. Morning Stars have to basically play it perfectly.
Perfection will give them the tie here and make our final map of the day, final map of the series will be the decider. But if they win this one, or if they let Hurricane win this, then they know their path to victory includes a map 5.
Yeah, Mazasa was talking before this game that this one was going to be the hardest, if not one of the hardest, if not the hardest matches that he was going to face in group stages. And he's not wrong. It has been arduous.
Exoraf, he's been a highlight player for Morning Stars. Key frag from him here could shut down an offense from British Hurricane and buy more time.
Oh,
Hurricane,
this is great.
they're just pathing around. They're kiting away from Morning Stars. They're not letting them get any fight whatsoever. But they need to find a way onto the point. They've already burnt close to a minute of time. It's about to hit the 2-minute mark for British Hurricane, and they're no closer to getting progress on the point, but they have taken away territory from Morning Star. Sooner going to get picked off nice and early. Any progress just going to be reset. Malzasa finds the second in Numlocked, and that's British Hurricane going back to the spawn room. Sooner able to get some work in, but he's been one of the pivotal members for Hurricane so far.
Yeah, and Bucket proving me wrong there. Already got his Transcendence available. Exoraf lagging behind on 67. You saw him desperately looking to get those shots in. He knows that it's his job right now to get that Transcendence on as fast as possible. He's 7% behind Happy-Cool on the EMP, which is a relatively fast-charging ultimate compared to Transcendence, which takes a lot more in there. And that's down to Morning Stars preventing the rotations from Happy-Cool as much as possible.
They spotted out Happy-Cool, will stall his progress. They're dropping down right on top of them. Shatter behind them. They've solo an isolated Bucket. That Transcendence is nothing if you're dead. And Morning Stars are going to handily deal with Hurricane. They can taste this draw, Blank. They want it.
It's close, and like you said, there is no tranquility in death, guys. British Hurricane, they're coming back into this one with the EMP. I know that was a bit macabre. I do apologise.
I was going to say, usually it's determined as being quite peaceful.
Yeah, well, it depends how you feel about it at the end of the day. But Morning Stars, they're coming back into this one now. They have the grab. They want to go for it early. They want to force out the EMP. But you know what? It'll be Happy-Cool preventing that aggressive push by being on the point.
I think Happy-Cool's going to just... Oh, I thought he was going to wait behind them, and then when they drop the point, EMP, and he's going to land in it, but he's going to catch him there.
Doesn't hit Exoraf.
He only hits 3. He's going to stop Harness from getting the grab out, and Dragon Eddie's going to not be able to use his self-destruct, but he gets on the point. They're going to be grabbed up. There is the Transcendence being traded. Exoraf and Bucket using it, pushing them away from the point. Self-destruct is going to be there. Malzahn needs to move in position, but he's already found 2. Leaf, Dragon Eddie, Malzahn have gone now. British Hurricane, they see the
so
draw.
close.
They don't want to get away with it. They're going to sit on the point and give themselves a victory, take the lead back in this series 2-1.
British Hurricane, they go 2-1 here. They are 1 map away from victory. This is not what we thought we'd see. British Hurricane have stepped up to the plate, guys. Bucket, showing us how it's done.
I was giving you the face. It was like, it's not what we expected. I expected a close game. You're the morning Stan here.
I am, yeah. I do apologise, guys. I'm just getting really into it. But British Hurricane are really impressing me, to say the least.
Yeah.
Numlock, though, woo! The shatters from this guy have been spicy.
Well, we're going to get you some milk or something to chill out the spiciness. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you what could be the conclusion of this series, Watchpoint Gibraltar. 2-1 is the current scoreline in favor of British Hurricane. They're facing off against Morning Stars, who are moving on to Watch Point Gibraltar. And we had an interesting thing yesterday. We were caught off guard by the close holds coming out here by Shoes Money Crew against Young and Beautiful. And it really got the nostalgic juices flowing when we were thinking about things like the Alienware monthlies all the way back in 2017.
2017, January. Hammer Esports, right? And it's got your boy Avast on the team. It's got your boy Jake from the Houston Outlaws. They were playing back then. Obviously, Avast on the Lucia. He's a great Lucia, man. I mean, he's a great caster as well now, too. But they would play this thing with quad tank, and they'd hold, like, in car wash by Mega underneath. And they would hold close first and then divert to there. But those are the crazy days. And now we're coming all the way back around to it. So it's nice to see. Also, that was the match where Uber, JCap, and Slasher were casting. Uber had this terrible webcam background, almost as terrible as his shirts. I mean, I can't really talk, though. I'm wearing a Hawaiian pineapple shirt.
You look dashing, darling.
I think me and Uber, we got something going on here, really. Yeah, I'm not sure how good it is,
I'm going to say, you look dashing.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you calling Uber dashing now as well? It's a double compliment.
Yeah, if you want to take it like that. Moving on to map number 4, Watch Point Gibraltar, like we already said and alluded to. I think this might be the map that Hurricane sub in Sparker. If I recall from conversations, this might be like might be a map for him.
Secret Sparker map.
I don't know though, but we'll find out when we see the rosters.
Okay, all right.
I don't know. I want to see Sparker play, dude. Like I've been hearing he's got great potential. Going to be more of a development player. Hey! He nailed it. Easy. He remembers stuff that smarter people tell him.
That's what it's all about, really. It's just got to be. It's just the tank. It's like you just got to remember the good old days and when Sparker plays. That's what it's all about. That rhymed. I like that.
Yeah, fair enough. Sparker going to be subbing into the roster here, replacing Sooner as he comes into this one, which does raise the question: why do you sub in Sparker on this map? What's he going to be playing that Sooner can't to the same degree?
I guess he plays the Widow. I guess that's the play here.
The play?
That's the play. You play the Widow on this map.
We spoke a lot yesterday about sightlines.
Yeah, I did. I didn't really get to talk about them because the teams didn't really play them. But this is cool. Really, these sightlines are all about control of blue box. Not this one as you see here, but the one that's draped in tarpaulin.
The other blue box.
The other blue box, guys. Come on, get with the program. But you need all control there because that has sightlines into server, which prevents people from playing in there like snipers. It also prevents people from coming underneath and also over bridge side. So it's really important to keep control of that. But you'll see basically Dana playing up close to everyone and then Sparker in the back. Yofi's going to be trying to keep Danad nice and amped up with the Mercy boost. But Morning Stars, they really need to take control of this high ground early on, which is what Leaf is already trying to do.
So double sniper duels coming out here, and Leaf
Sparker in the back,
trying to fight Danad. They're just trading, and Sparker is behind a window. He's not going to shoot anything from there. He's just spotting him out.
He's looking. He's finding people.
Someone get this man a spotter. He doesn't need to be doing this by himself. He should just focus on the shooting. Playing nice and close. They're going to get the dive in there. Support not
back.
They've given
up control already.
They've given it up. Like you said, Blank. It's gone over. Leaf got tagged as he was jumping around. And Hurricane have reclaimed control. KSP's taken out Bucket, so they're already missing their Zenyatta. And passive healing going to be missing from that one.
This is a bad position.
The sideline, he's trying to get Sparker.
Oh, but he gets it!
Welcome to Contenders, my friend. KSP's going to bring it out.
My boy!
Double snipers quickly become 0 snipers, and then Happycool gets picked off as well. Morning Stars coming in quick and clean, take point A.
Double snipers becoming no snipers almost. I like that one. But yeah, British Hurricane, they're playing so very well right now, and it's a bad position. Sorry, Morning Stars are. It's a bad position to take within server because it leaves you very open for a dive from the Winston, and then the Diva to come through on high ground on bridge. Marzasa goes down from Bucket, so they will have to go for a little bit of a reset here, and British Hurricane coming up on the Dragons and the Volcra.
I was going to say, speaking of diving Winstons, clearly that's what happened.
Yeah, that's what happened right there. Yeah,
he got punished for that one. Quick pause coming in.
British Hurricane, how could this happen? We subbed in Sparker.
How could this happen to me? It's just went a little bit wrong. We don't know who called the pause, though. I'm sure we'll find out when we have a reconnect coming in. I can say the last time it was communication issues that actually caused the pause last time. Not communication, technical communication issues. I'm not saying they just stopped talking to each other.
Arguing. So like a lot. They're like, we have to
super
pause.
Mad at each other. Like, well, pause. We need to
pause. We need to sort this out. We need to clear the air.
Yeah, so it's technical communication issues is the best way I can describe it.
That's pretty convoluted, mate. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, well, To do that, I would then need to drop a brand name on here, which we don't need to do.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, there you go.
No. But yeah, some nice play from Morningstar to begin that one off, showing us that they don't just play goats, and this is why they have KSP, because they can whack him in. But this is what Albion was telling me, is that they have prepared for this type of thing. Unfortunately, it's not looking like that.
Maybe need some more preparation.
Yeah.
Mainly, can we put Kevlar on our heads? Because KSP is...
yeah, you need it.
Just taking out multiple people now. It's making it look easy on Morningstars, and they're walking it in yet. And unfortunately, Sparker's not having the impact currently that I think is needed to be had by British Hurricane, but they are working towards these ultimates. They've now got a Dragon Strike online from Daned, Self-Destruct, about to get the Primal Rage as well, but they're giving up so much control. They now have to go into the rafters and flush these owls out. No, don't let them fester up there and start building their nest.
That's
they're
a
putting the
nice dragon.
through. Is it?
Yeah, it prevents them from walking through there. Gives even more time.
I think the angle was actually off on that. I think it fell short of the door. They could have still walked around it.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. KSP still got Numlock there. They're sitting in the Transcendent. Jofi comes out with the res nice and early, but he's popped the Valkyrie as well to get himself up there. They now have the wall hacks online, so they're going to have complete knowledge of where Morningstars are pathing. And Dan has moved over to this Genji to pressure Sparker a little, to pressure KSP a little bit more, as well as the backline threats. But Bocket's taking out Leaf as well, so the snipers are starting to be dealt with by British Hurricane as Dredro going to bring Leaf back into the party. Oh, KSP misses that first shot, wants to duel with Sparker, but he's having a lot of attention from Malzas, who's dove into the back line. Because of their own infra sites, he knows exactly where Sparker's going to be. It's so unfair for him to fight against this. Nice tag there from Sparker.
Boy.
If it's not the infra sites, it's the recon arrow.
That was well played. Yeah, you see him to death, guys. It's fine. Now they're going to pick up some terrible spawns coming out from Bocket and also
just walk off the edge.
I say that as if it's their fault. It's not. It's just,
it's just the split spawn, it's timing.
Yeah, and Dana is just looking to get this Dragon Blade as fast as possible. KSP. It's always a show when this guy comes on. He's always a show.
Pour one out for one's homie. Daned, unfortunately, not going to get close to that blade.
He's not been able to play the game.
No, I feel like a lot of Hurricane haven't been able to play the game this round. Mainly because of the man we're watching right now.
And we're going to keep watching it for this same reason. Well, and they're taking nice angles as well as preventing anyone from trying to get
another
onto
one of your
KSP.
buzzwords, Blank. Crossfire.
I didn't say it. I said angles. Come on.
But we know Crossfire. We know what you meant. Going to send that Dragon Strike through, clear more space out for Morningstars to just populate and habitate or... I don't know what we're going to go for. Going to move into and just take over the space, basically walk into it. Transcendent's already being used by Bocket, as well as the Valkyrie from Yofi as well. These double support ultimates coming out are keeping British Hurricane on life support, but it's giving some problems here for Morningstar, giving some problems for Hurricane to stay in this one, because Morningstars now know double support ultimates, they're down. Well, let's try and make something happen.
Yeah, Dana really wants to go for the Dragon Blade, but it's sort of shut down by Exaraf playing on the Zenyatta right now. It's really the main thing that this comp struggles with is because they're so split, it's easy to get a Dragon Blade off, but because they can...
KSP! Stop it, man! You put it on a show for us, and this is the encore coming out from KSP. He's styling on British Hurricane.
What a finish. The blade hardly came out before it was put back in again. It's like, resheath that one, son. Put that away.
I like to think that he's so skillful with the rifle, he shot the blade back into the hilt.
It was like, bong, oh, I guess I don't blade.
Yeah, I guess I don't get the blade today. And that was complete dominance from Morningstars. I didn't see a moment in that map that British Hurricane actually had any semblance of control.
No, not at all. And you know what? We're talking a lot about KSP so far, but I want to go back to Malzasa and Dragon Eddy, because they were setting up these angles for KSP so excellently. And I think the best prime piece of evidence I can give you was when KSP was literally up here, looking down from the ship onto Sparker, who was trying to get out from spawn and then back. Oh my God, they're actually pulling out the Avast. They're pulling out the Hammer Esports comp. Really?
But you can't call it the Hammer Esports comp, because in Europe it's just known as Quad Tank. I don't know if you missed it, mate. Season 1 2018, this was our thing.
It's true. It is true. It is true. But it's very similar. I think the only difference is that they were playing Anna instead of the Moira. But to be fair, the Moira is probably better in this instance. I don't think she was out back then.
No, she wasn't. But she was here for Season 1 of 2018.
I love this. It's crazy. Everything's come together. I get to see the quad tank that I referenced earlier. They're going to hold underneath the doorway. I'll tell you why they do that is because it makes sure you can't be taken down by a sneaky bastion.
Hurricane are running. Because they're going to get that bastion.
They know it's coming.
Oh, no, they're changing it all over now. They're going to use the
but they just work these sightlines. They're going to work them.
I can't imagine Danon's going to stay on this. Surely he's going to change off this one, right? Because he's got no shielding right now. But Malzasa's going to be shredded through. Happy finds the double. So you were excited to see this quad tank Blank.
It's fine, because this is basically a feed fight for Morningstars. They just want to burn time, which they have is 30 seconds.
Okay.
The real place that you hold is underneath bridge here by the Mega. And that is where, on that same map, I think it was Hammer Esports versus Luminosity, they were able to burn 3 minutes off the clock just on point A.
I don't think Hurricane are going to let them get to that position, though, Blank,
right?
because they're holding very aggressively. Danon's up here on the high ground without a shield. And he's just going to die.
There we go.
Oh,
See, they go underneath.
They're going to contest it. No, they're going to go up on the high ground, flush off Danon, keep him away.
Get away.
And then they're going to play around this. But now Danon's set up, and he can just rain into this tunnel. Coalescence being committed already. Dragon is going to go down. The barrage is there on Exo-Wrath, and Flamestrike will take him out of the sky, but he's already found two. So this makes it very difficult for Morningstars to stay in it, especially considering Happy could just come back into the fight. And you've got tank form for Danon available to pop whenever they want. Sparker already cleared out Drijo with the dynamite. Whatever hope you had for this composition, Blank.
It's a time burner. That's what it is for point A.
Got to start questioning when the change comes in.
Yeah, but now you get a third setup. I believe Morningstars might switch soon, but they will actually get a third setup here. They have the whole hog. They're coming up on the sound barrier.
Set up. They're just going to walk into a firing line.
It's fine. Look how much time they've burned. It's mental. Oh, I wish Avast could see this now.
Maybe just at him, see if he comes in and sees this one. But Danon, he's got a tank form available. Malzasa's shield just doesn't stand a chance, and no one's contesting him. He's got free fire on this entire team, and they are able to play around the terrain a little bit better. Going to commit the sound barrier to the fight to delay even more. Here comes the tank form, though. Danon's going to do something. He hits Dragonetti in the sky. Nice accuracy. Even the self-destruct takes him out. So he goes, "No, you can kill me with an explosive. I've got one for you." British Hurricane still fighting against this contestant.
See, that's actually the play they use.
You have to hook the fire down.
You have to hook her.
But they're going to complete. They did burn time. They dropped it down to a sizable time bank, but I'm waiting for the swap, Blank. When's it coming?
Soon. They're going to use the Coalescence to pressure out Hafikul in the air. Yep. They'll probably use the Grav as well as, and then they'll switch afterwards to something more akin to what we saw before.
But at what cost?
But at what cost? Snaps.
Yeah. And this half of Gibraltar just turns to dust.
I'm genuinely so happy right now. I'm ecstatic. This is why I'm a Morningstars stan, guys. Come on.
Well, they're going to use that Coalescence on that platform just to hit multiple members of Morningstars, but no one's up there, so they take high ground control from no one. And Hafikul still in the highest ground. Drops down low with the barrage, burns through Malzasa. Defense Matrix comes in a little bit too late. Spark's already counted the kill on Exo-Wrath as Hafikul's going to move over to payload. But Hurricane have already cleared out Morningstars, so I'm going to ask you one more time, Blank. When are they going to change?
We ain't changing yet. We're just burning down the time bank. It's fine. It's fine right now. These fights are taking much longer than Hurricane would have liked.
Is this a war of attrition with the time bank?
Yeah.
It's not like they're expecting to win the fight.
No, it's not. It's just like, your time bank, it's mine now.
That shatter didn't hit anyone, I don't think. And there was no one to block it out as Dan is just repairing. Graviton Surge and Trans being committed. Tank form again. Going to hit the side of the Harrier. Stunned up by Leaf, brings him off to the side. Tanks that shot. Will have to take a breather to heal up after. He's just pinning him in the corner. Evil. He's going to go back into Sentry form, burn through him now. And Spark is there, obviously, as well, with Bob, just to get that tanky presence. Not clears him out. Sparker playing a lot better when he doesn't have to fight a Widowmaker.
Yeah, now the swap should come through. now
I'm tired of your excuses, Blank.
And now I would like to see the swaps, which I think we will see very, very shortly. We should at least.
Leaf, are you expecting Leaf to sacrifice the whole hog here?
Yeah.
Changes.
He definitely will sacrifice the whole.
KSP's now gone on to the double sniper composition. They've already taken a massive bit of shot. KSP's dealt with Danner. Imagine how quickly they could have dealt with that if they would have just switched over to the Widowmaker a little bit earlier.
Come on, man. You gotta love it. Now KSP's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're back in this.
We're going to give this one, but we know we can hold it with double sniper, so it doesn't matter how far they get.
They just appeased me. They were like, you know what? We'll bring it out for you. British Hurricane, however, they're back over to the normal composition they're playing before, which they didn't find too much success with, but they know they have to switch up to it because they need to control these long sight lines. Otherwise, Morningstar's are going to take them down.
Dan had actually got that tag, like, mid-lead.
Yeah, I saw that. It was a pretty nice little
it's a nice shot.
Damage number.
Malzahsa needs to jump to safety. That bubble is already doing. Oh, he's taking the fight.
Leave, you cheeky boy.
Out of nowhere, just drops on top of him. Yofi comes in and cleans
the res as well. What a dude.
That's a power play there. That's like catching a ball in dodgeball, bringing him back into the fight.
Doing a flip afterwards.
Yeah, KSP missing that shot on the Hanzo. Got a nice sightline here, tagging away. Numlocked won't get the kill. Turning his back to him. Danner, however, will find Malzahsa. Infrasight's available for KSP. Going to pop them nice and early. British Hurricane actually standing strong against double sniper. Now they're in this position. Yeah,
they're doing very well. I'm happy with this. Using the payload to their advantage in a big way. And this is because they don't have the ultimates to hold on to it. They have to touch now.
KSP taken out by Hafikul. They're sitting in a Transcendence to buy some more time, burn more of this time bank. But Friday, you were talking about all the time bank being burned. Hurricane are just 1 minute shy so far of matching this as they're still trying to come back into it. Self-destruct on the point. Resurrection brings Bucket back in. Driedro's trying to heal up Dragon Age to get that mech back, but a nice Goomba Stomp comes in from Numlock to shut him down, clear everyone out. Just the Tracer here for KSP. They're going to clear him off, walk the payload in, and Hurricane completes.
I think the composition was interesting at the beginning.
Is that all you have to say about it now? Which is like maybe a little bit of regret in your voice as well.
It's just tinge of regret, a little bit. It was nice to see though. It was a good little bit of flashback, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think Hurricane, they adapted to it perfectly. Either they've seen it in scrims or the coaching staff is just godly. I'll give them that.
I mean, Nox and Albion. Pretty good.
Good lads. Good lads. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I also like the respect British Hurricane has shown by giving us a nice clean 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. That's where we wanted it to be. We're a clean team, whereas Morningstars are like 303. We'll just take that.
Palindromic number.
Yeah. What's that mean?
It's palindrome.
Oh, palindrome, backwards and forwards.
Yes.
Promise, guys, I'm smart. Please
very,
believe me.
very arbitrary, but.
Yeah, you just came out of nowhere. I was like, what are you on about, son?
You're supposed to be the smart one of us.
No, well.
Morningstars now going to be on the defense first again against British Hurricane, and I do believe that they're not going to be running out with that quad tank composition. They want to go back to double sniper, seeing as it. They were quite confident in their abilities to win those head-to-head duels.
Yeah, they were. They were for sure. I think Morningstars, they're probably more ideal being on this comp, but it was nice to see it. It was nice to see it. And after I talked about it as well, you know, I got to be happy about it, right? But Morningstars now back onto something much more classic. KSP obviously taking control of the back line.
Double shield.
British Hurricane we don't want any more of this business.
I think
with your quad tank.
This is what they planned to run on their first offense because they assumed the double sniper would come out from Morningstars, I believe. So they're just going to stay here with the double shield, have this pirate ship for Captain Danner to sail.
Captain Danner. Nicely. Well, that could have gone very badly, very quickly.
That's, oh, no, changed my mind.
I'm okay.
And he's back there still just trying to harass them, but you got 2 shields. Going to give him a nice hosing down with lightning coming out from Malzahsa.
Where is he?
Product grenade will deny him. He's up above him, mate. That's where he was.
I know. I'm going to say it's
Danner taking out Leaf, and KSP's now under pressure as well. Danner's playing around the shield. Zero will bring Leaf back, and Malzahsa comes in, loses about half his HP for about a microsecond of exposure to Danner's cannon. They're going to set up on this corner here, try and maybe get a pick as the aggression comes in from Morningstars, and then look at moving the payload afterwards. Valkyrie being committed to Malzahsa as well as an orb of healing to keep him alive as he tries and dives onto Danner, who's rotating back around to this more defensible position. They just need to put an Orisa shield down. They've covered him.
Yeah, but this forced him into a very tight sight line where really now KSP and Leaf can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Set up the crossfire and work it that way.
Pocket's happy to stay behind the shield as well. He's got a nano boost available for someone in case it starts to go wrong. Hafikul going down low. Doesn't want to commit to save him with the healing. The amp's moving in. Dragon Strike goes through. Danner does get a D-Mech onto Dragon Age. KSP will finally find that pesky Bastion and takes out Numlock as well.
I wouldn't take that duel. Yeah. I wouldn't take that duel myself, to be honest.
I mean, you are a sniper. If you're Bucket,
technically,
but
20 seconds remaining though.
Don't want to go up against someone like Leaf with this one. Dan is switching over to the Genji. Bocket still has the nano boost available. Spark is going over to the Widowmaker, so they're going to try and contest KSP again. But like you said, Blank, 8 seconds remaining. Someone's got to touch and trigger this overtime, otherwise it just goes all wrong from here.
Yeah, it's just all about burning that time bank. That's what it was, Tridd.
Yeah, absolutely. That's absolutely why they wasted a map of Gibraltar. Transcendence comes out nice and early from Exo-Wrath. There's the nano boost onto Numlocked. Hasn't found a kill yet. Malzahs has taken out Downhead, making him irrelevant. He's onto the back line. KSP sweeps in, takes the kill. Morning Stars have shut this one down. They're going to end it just shy of point A, and they got 3 minutes free to match them on their own offense.
And it actually worked out well, to be fair, playing the quad tank, because British Hurricane run out of a comp that they want to play into that. And then the double sniper comes out. They set up the two... I don't know another way to say it, mate.
Just say crossfire.
They set up the crossfire, right. They have the 2 angles set up there, and really after that it becomes a lot more easy once they force them and coerce them into server room. And after that, things start to go awry. But it also means because it's such a slow comp to set up and move around, its mobility isn't great. It means the time bank did get drained drastically. It was like it got giga drained.
Giga drained. Well, we're on the cusp, Blank, of having our, believe it, correct me if I'm wrong, first 5-game series of Contenders.
Absolutely, you're not wrong at all.
Because it's looking very likely that Morning Stars are going to take away this map, tie up the series, and force out our tiebreaker map.
It's true, and you know what? Numlocked preparing very, very heavily for this matchup, playing in rank Q versus a trio of hackers before this game. Malzahs calling him out for that one. So Morning Stars, they're back in this one. British Hurricane, they are ready to take this one. They really want to hold them. They did technically get it pretty far.
Just shy of checkpoint A.
Yeah, so Morning Stars, they still have a ways to go. That's for sure. There's still definitely win potential for British Hurricane.
Don't tell me they're going to put Dragon Eddy out on the Ash and commit to this one as well, because then they're just having free basic snipers coming out here. But Dragon Eddy's going to go back onto D.Va, as you'd expect, and going to play this again. There was nothing wrong with their offense last time. They don't need to change it up at all.
No, they don't. Not at all. Morning Star's moving out right now. You'll probably see similar to the same as Leaf tries to take high ground control at the beginning here. Then they move over to blue box, try to take those angles, but KSP playing it slowly. And this is smart because they know they're looking for him. They know that he is the playmaker on this team, but all the while the payload is still moving. And with 2 minutes 32, there's a lot of times to get their snipers into position.
Just going to try and shoot through them. They're trading arrows, trading high caliber bullets. Poison Mine will get triggered. You can see it there, KSP. Going to be taken out by Bocket, actually, of all people. Turning that back around onto him. Drido's bringing KSP back up. Numlock's found Exo-Wrath as well, so they're missing 2 members. He can't be rezzed up. Drido's just committed it to bring KSP back. Downhead's getting in the face of Leaf. Tags 2 arrows, wants to find more. He's up above him. Can't get that final shot in. Will have to leap back. Tags him on the escape as well. Downhead being very mobile and accurate at the same time as Numlock goes in for cleanup duty.
Yeah, he's got him down to low. It's just up to Malzahs. Sorry, Numlock there just to clean that one up. But again, British Hurricane, now they've got the Valkyrie online, so they have a very, very good tool for re-engaging here if things start to go a little bit sour. The rest I haven't talked about too much, but getting yourself into a defensible position where you drop off and your soul, so to speak, drops down, and it makes it very easy for Yofi to go for those reses. And it's nice that that's the way the British Hurricane are setting up. And
Numlock has a nice safe position here where he doesn't have to commit a leap cooldown to contest any of the snipers. Well, it was relatively safe from there. Like, he wasn't having to leap up there. He was already there preemptively, so he has a leap to get away. Should anything go wrong. And you're going to have that Dragon Strike sent through, receiving a bit of a lightning shock from Malzahs, who came up behind him and wants to go back up with his high ground, deny the sight lines from Leaf, who's taken out Sparker. Resurrection could be on the cards here if Yofi can get in position to bring Sparker back, but he's too busy keeping his team alive. Might not be safe. Leaf's about to go down. Malzahs takes out Yofi, and Numlock obviously going to take out Leaf as KSP moves in position. Dragon A gets the melee kill onto Yofi. Drido finally bringing Leaf back in. Transcendence committed. It's being contested by Box Transcendence. There's not much else they can do about this one. It was looking like it was going to come up Morning Stars. They pretty much guaranteed it. Map number 5. It's on the cards for the first time.
And they'll be thanking their Morning Stars that they made it to the 2-2 right now. It's not bad at all. Now they have to clean it up out here on Control. But as we saw before, it was 2-1 on Control in favor of British Hurricane. Now Morning Stars, they've got to bring this one back themselves in our next map of the map pool. So we're going to see how this one goes.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic series so far, and it's fantastic to see KSP popping off that round. He basically made a highlight reel for that one.
Yeah,
so
just on his own.
Guys, the series, for the first time this season, is not over after the 4th map. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring you map number 5. We were just thinking, before we came on this break, we didn't actually mention what the map was. We're actually jumping onto Oasis, which is our tiebreaker map for this week, and you'll forgive us, we don't see a lot of it here so far. We didn't exactly plan on it coming out either, but Oasis is our... it's our final destination.
It is. It is our final destination, and final destination for one of these teams as well as in more of the movie sense. That is.
Here's what I think this is quite important to note as well. I mean, you look at the group stage from last season, Morningstars went 5-0, undefeated in the group, and currently you've got Hurricane, Angry Titans, Morningstars, and Giganti who haven't lost the series yet. That streak can only continue for one of these two teams.
Yep. So someone's going down, that's for sure. But Oasis is actually an interesting map because looking more on it and talking with some of the big brains in the community, like a guy like Solheim over in NA, talking to him, we were looking into this map and I was asking him some questions about it. And actually, City Centre that I touted myself, and I can be wrong, guys. I can be wrong, and I was.
He is fallible.
I am fallible. This is a map where I thought, well, like, you know what, this is a map where you can play DPS. And it's great that we go on to straight away. Apparently, anything I say today happens, which is great. But this is a map where Goats is actually probably the best to play.
But we did see Hurricane last week when they played SMC. Oasis was in the map pool. They went for this quad DPS composition where they rely on flushing out teams from behind that central pavilion.
Well, this is the thing, is that at some point you have to touch the point. Because there's no way that you can contest forever from the central pavilion itself, and also from the high ground that you get from the actual jump pad, as we can see in the distance there through the beautiful leaves. But you just stand on point, and they have to come contest you at some point. And with all the deny that basically Goats gives, especially with the Moira that XRF is using, it's really difficult, which is why we see both teams running this.
Also, you got to note Hardest and Sooner back in the roster, so more of those Zarya duels coming right up for you. It's been pretty intense between these two, especially on Horizon Lunar Colony, where it reached, quite frankly, its apex.
Yeah, it did. For Morningstars, if I'm them right now, I would go back and I would switch the Zen. I think it is a mistake, which I think is happening now. Yeah, XRF moves over from the Moira, but I don't think you should have held this far forward.
Yeah, Hurricane spotted that and we're like, oh.
What are you guys doing over there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't count 6. Should we just kill them? Yeah, let's go do that and guarantee ourselves first capture.
Also guarantee Daned's very far up towards his rally as well as, and Sooner didn't get any charge from that one, so that's the bright point at least. And
the silver lining.
The silver lining. Also, XRF managed to from the back lines get charged a little bit as well, and so it's good. But Morningstars, I agree with the switch. I think they were expecting the quad DPS like you were talking about the British Hurricane pull out, but now they have to move over to the triple.
Numlock sitting on that shatter. Gonna put it off to the side.
So nice.
But it's so easy. Malzass is on the other side to the rest of his team. Nice recovery from Morningstar so far, and they're gonna block out Malzass's shatter as it comes through. They're not able to aggress onto this, and they're pounding Malzass into the corner, but they're not able to kill him. How is he still alive? Exoraf committing the Transcendence. The charge comes through. Bocket gonna have to use one of his own as well for Hurricane to stay in this one. And while it's been fighting on, no one's moved on to the point. This has all been kept off, so just more and more progress built up for Hurricane as they're just going to be sucked up by the Graviton Surge. Nice charge through. Set the barrier for Malzass. Where did that shatter come from? As he pounds it through Hurricane. Going through them after they got grabbed up. Nice combination. Morningstars with a flip at 56%.
And it's a crucial time. Once you get to 65, it's only 2 fights remaining after British Hurricane get the flip. So now there's potential for a third fight for Morningstars should it flip twice. And they have the sound barrier in the pocket. There's no supportive ultimates on the side of British Hurricane. We might see exactly what we saw in Blizzard World, where they use this sound barrier aggressively to get some more ultimates of their own in the bank. But a wide rotation from British Hurricane early to take advantage of that high ground and just allow Sooner to try and farm towards that Graviton. But you know what, Morningstars, they read this perfectly.
Yeah, they just hide behind the pavilion. There's no need to it. Nice right click there coming out from Exoraf. There's the sound barrier, the amp, and the self-destruct to catch him off guard. Able to play it defensively around there. They're going to stun up Numlock. Won't get a kill as they're pressing them around the pavilion. It's on Hurricane to just kite around this. As Hardest is actually taken out by Numlock. And now the counterattack comes out as they're going to commit the Transcendence from Bocket. The rally as well from Daned, really giving them extra wind in their sails as they press into Morningstars and get a retake.
Yeah, they want to push up towards further 50%. Malzass got the shatter coming on the clock, but Hardest at 71% is really good considering he's still ahead of Sooner. British Hurricane, however, as Daned used the rally towards the end of the fight, they will have that bonus of the armor over the top of all their health pools, which is going to make it a little bit harder for Morningstars to chew through that one as they come to the point. So they're going to be spamming a little bit. They will have to go for that early couple of bubbles here as they move on in. But like I said, because it was 55%, it gives them a luxury of a little bit more time, Tridd. That's what they need right now. They needed time.
Well, they need a little bit more time as Leaf has been rocket flail whipped into the next dimension by Daned. He's taken out Leaf, and Hardest is going to end himself with a right click. So fast resets coming in from Morningstars. They realize 90%. Last fight. It's going to be difficult for them. They need to reset fast, so they have to run at this one. And I think it's going to be incredibly messy, Blank.
Yeah, it's going to be. They're going to have to save the Transcendence for the Graviton, but they will have a Graviton of their own, and no supportive ultimates online for British Hurricane could spell defeat for them here in this fight. But Morningstars, they got to stay calm with this.
Yeah, they're playing a ring around the rosies. Daned's up on the high ground. Probably wants to get a sneak attack in here or deny someone something up there, but will be knocked off it. Overtime is in effect right now. They can't step off this point, otherwise
They're
Hurricane
waiting for
will
the
walk
grab.
away with this one. Graviton Surge. Shatter going to be committed. Counter Shatter only finds one. Dragonmaid's taking out Danon. Going to pin him against the wall. Leaf. Both Brigitte's been removed. No one gets an armor pack. Here comes that Graviton pinned against the wall. Pit barrier comes in. Self-destruct as well in the middle of everything. Shields blocking out nicely. There's the counter grab as the self-destruct will get the D-Mech onto Dragon. Eddie. No one's been able to fall down there. Leaf transitioning over to this Doomfist to get back to the point. Danon's done exactly the same. We're going to see some flying fists of fury coming into this one fast. Sound barrier being committed by British Hurricane. Hardest has already taken out Bucket. He's going to go down without even a chance of building up towards that Transcendence. And Danon's looking for the assassination. Goes straight onto Malzassa. Nice sound barrier. Perfectly timed. Keeps him alive. But Tridro takes Danon out. Malzassa's found sooner. They might have done enough here to get the flip blank.
It's so messy, but the fight finally comes to a close. British Hurricane, they don't win out here, and almost 2 other grabs available for both Zaras in the situation. Hardest is a little bit closer, and Exaraf is definitely closer than Bucket is to his Transcendence. So again, Hardest must know this considering how much Bucket got bashed around in that last fight, but Numlock with the Shadow on the other side, he's been very successful with those this entire match. So Morningstars, I absolutely hope to see Malzassa be very wary of that one.
Well, he's been capitalizing on the positional errors, but they're not going to give him a chance. They put that Graviton Surge in early charge, the shield away, even gets it with the damage, and Danon's caught out by the self-destruct. We're now pushing it into 99% territory for British Hurricane, but it's Morningstars who have control of the point.
It's been such a great first control map here. There's been so much going on, and it's a great turnaround from Morningstars despite the rough start that they had. They have a shatter. They will be able to drop it onto people as they come down onto the point. You know it's coming soon.
Nice block. He's going to deny it. Numlock's going to throw one out of his zone. That's also denied as well. Goes for the charge straight away. Suna's already found Leaf. They're going to miss the Brigitte to grab them off the point, keep him away. Condense the British Hurricane have done it and punished the aggression for Morningstars as they try and find the last hiding remnants of Morningstars. They'll get the flip and they'll take the first round of Oasis.
Morningstars, I don't think that was the play, Chief. Malzassa moves to the front.
And that's not it.
That ain't it, boys. Malzassa moves to the front. He goes for the shatter, but Numlocked has been so perfect on these timings of the shield manager to make sure it doesn't happen. They must have known it was going, but I think what really happened there was Yofi took a very, very tricky rollout all the way to the point in the backside, touched it, and it meant it gave so much time for British Hurricane to just walk it on in. They didn't have to worry at all. It did mean they had no disengage available, so if that went wrong, Morningstars would have just taken it then and there. There is, however, 2 more maps. Can Morningstars find the sweep?
Gonna have to. It's the only way to win this one as we've gone over to map number 5, and we're on Gardens. Second one in the rotation. Morningstars, British Hurricane going head-to-head. It's Hurricane who lead this map in particular. They're clashing in Central. No shenanigans. We're just going in with goats.
None at all. Personal down. Soon as Personal is down, as well as out comes the Allied. Leaf once again very low. He's been going down early in all these fights.
Isolated.
He's in.
There's nothing he can do. His team can't support him. They've lost LOS and he's by himself. British Hurricane divide and conquer Morningstars in the first offensive.
Yofi has been so instrumental to this team. He's booped Malzassa all over the place, putting him into disadvantageous positions where he's not able to play alongside his team. And Morningstars, they're all about this cohesion. And Yofi's breaking him up perfectly.
Looking to go in again. British Hurricane have the control. They will be aggressed against. And we talked about how British Hurricane, they prefer to have fights they set up on their own terms. They're able to do that when they have control of the point. Leaf seems to be the focus. He's going down very low. Already taken out by Numlocked, and he's going to find the second in Malzassa. There's the D-Mech as well for good measure. They're going to run into Hardest. He can't get set up in this round. 25% and climbing. Hurricane want to end it right now.
There's a huge amount of ults coming on the side of British Hurricane. 5 available. Yofi just lagging behind slightly, but that's because he's not been able to do too much healing. It's all a bit about the speed.
He's done enough, Blank.
Yeah, absolutely. Morningstars is starting to look rough. The Hem's afraid.
I think Morningstars are just afraid in general at this rate. Sooner, He's got the Graviton Surge ready to go. Hardest 15% off of himself. They press around this corner, playing around very slowly, timidly even, as they're unsure about how they're going to approach this one. Going to try it from the other side instead as they jump onto the point. They're going to pop the rally nice and early. That's Zander bringing in the extra armor. It's the go button for British Hurricane as they're pressing into Morningstars. Going to throw out the grab from long range. No one's able to eat it up. They're just going to run into him. Self-destruct behind him. Beautiful from Happy. Cool. Nice bomb, Happy, as they're going to clear out Morningstars. 70% and climbing, and they're yet to find their feet in Gardens.
It's the last fight now, Tridd. They've got to be fast. Morningstars, they want to hit the point. There's a sound barrier to go aggressive, but a huge stagger onto Dragon Eddy means they won't touch the point before 92%. Morningstars are coming back into this one with a shatter. It's got to be as impactful as the ones that Numlock's laid down this match, but Bucket, he has the safety tool. They're holding on the side. This is so aggressive. 92% now.
Nice and close. They went in the charge early. Mazas capitalized perfectly. That's the return of Morningstars, yet to be deterred by the scoreline. They punish the aggression of Hurricane.
0 to 99. It couldn't be closer here, Tridd. They are 1% away from losing this series. Dragon Eddy's coming up towards his self-destruct. Nothing to combo with it, though. It's just going to have to be vanilla, strawberry, or chocolate here.
Take your choosing. Either way, it's dry.
British Hurricane coming back in this one. They have a sound barrier. Similar the same, but Dreedra has one to respond with.
Double support ultimates on British Hurricane. They got Bucket with the Transcendence as well. It's not going to do anything if the self-destruct lands them and there's no cover from Numlocked. They're going to go in nice and early, plants it behind him, splits the team. There's the sound barrier, only going to affect most of the team, not all of them. As Leaf takes out Bucket, he's going to go down with that Transcendence and unable to recommit to it. One thing Hurricane has is the luxury of time. They will reset and not waste anything else. Quick
There's
pause
more time now
to break up the action.
There's more time on the clock now. We go for a quick pause. This is a very, very close matchup, guys. It's so, so close. I didn't fully get to take a good look at the ults on the board there because I'm still reeling from some of the past fights. Morningstars, they're still in this, though. British Hurricane, 1% stands between them and the end of this series. There's not a lot left in it. Taking out Bucket so early there was really important because
it basically guarantees the fight.
Yeah, getting the recontest with the Transcendence would have secured Hurricane. Yeah, like you said, that fight there. So well played to Leaf. The over-aggression, I guess, pays off in the end.
It's ironic when Hurricane try to do it, they get punished for it. We're going to jump back into the map and D-Mech on Haffy. Going to buy a little bit of extra time for them. Just finally going to kill him because he probably went to go jump off the edge. You want to get all the ult charge out of him like a lemon that you're just overjuicing.
XRF coming towards the next Transcendence. This guy has been perfect right now. He has been the last bastion of defense for Morningstars so many times in this map. Coming up towards it now, has it. There will be a rally as well as in this fight, but Danet's ready to answer. 88%. Hardest is coming towards his grab. Has to grab first here. Suna's going to be looking for the counter.
There's the Shadow available for Numlocked. Waiting for the right time.
Nice boot.
Grouped off to the side. Won't be punished just yet. Going to put in that Graviton Surge. He walks around behind him. They're trying to pivot around it. They're isolating. Grab eaten by Happy Cool. Hard to not get it out as the charge comes into Leaf. Nice Shadow. It's going to drop down 2 members, but it's not enough. They can only be brought down enough time. Morningstars have been absolutely dismantled in this final fight. Hurricane are pushing them to the outer limits. They're going to retake the point blank, and I think that's enough for them to secure this victory over Morningstars in our first 5-game series of the season.
Dragon Eddy goes down. It's 2-0, lads. British Hurricane take this one away. And for us here, the boys in blue, they take it back. Well played to them. It's a tough matchup for Morningstars, but in the end, British Hurricane, with that superior ult economy, they bring it through. But it was Happy Cool who ends up, he's had the less time on the Diva here, but it's the more impact he finds with that 1E. And just like Rust, it eats away at the victory chance of Morningstars. It will be British Hurricane taking this one in one hell of a long matchup.
Yeah, thanks out for everyone in the chat and on social media as well. Hurricane ending what would have been the complete and 100 campaign for Morningstars. Wanted to go through a similar group stage performance where they go undefeated, and they're now going to join Giganti for another week in being undefeated so far. We'll find out if AT can match them later on in the series, but have a look at this. Huge shatter from Malzasa. Round-winning shatter for them here on Horizon.
Morningstars, the manager's never going to forget to buy bananas ever again. I'll tell you that now.
No, he's going to, maybe. Are you saying the bananas, the potassium would have made the difference here?
Absolutely. I reckon that's what made it. That was the difference there.
I think, honestly, the difference here towards the end was just Yofi. Just bullying Malzahsa far more than the attention that Numlocked was getting on the side of Morningstars.
Yeah, if any player really deserves to go to Owl really here, it is Yofi. What a shot from KSP.
Well, I don't know, KSP made a fantastic case for him on Gibraltar.
Absolutely. His DPS is amazing, maybe after stage 1, but
yeah.
Yofi just an incredible Lucio, and Lucio's never really come out of favor. I just think Yofi had just provided so much extra value.
Even now in the replays, it makes you seethe a little bit as you see it. The Dragon Blade denial coming out from KSP and the questionable quad tank on Gibraltar.
We'll speak about this.
We'll have the alliteration there for good measure. Hafical, yet again, just bullying Malzahsa even further. I don't think he was able to stand on his own 2 feet for longer than 30 seconds, Blank.
No, yeah, he was bullied. Paul Malzahsa was really bullied in this matchup. It provided, and that's the thing, is that the team provided so much pressure, and it enabled Numlocked so hard. I think that Numlocked has played extremely well during this entire matchup, consistently getting kills onto Leaf with that charge as well. It's really tough, really tough for poor Morningstars here. But Numlocked super stepped up in this matchup. Very impressed with the lad. Just crabs out for this guy all around.
Crabs out. He took all the resources that were given to him and the pressure that was also created by members on his team, and he just paid it back in dividends. Able to put out a great performance there. So, well played, the British Hurricane. They will go 2-0 after 2 weeks of gameplay, and they're sat just behind Giganti because, of course, it's been 2 4-0s for Giganti. So that map difference is going to put them below them just slightly for now, but things can change over the course of the season.
Yeah, it can. And we do actually have an interview with the lad himself.
Not just yet.
Not just yet. Soon. Yeah, I'm just hyping him up. Look, we're getting Numlocked in, guys.
We don't do teaser trailers here, Blank. We just suddenly drop the news on them and we're going for it.
Oh,
but,
come on, that's the worst way. I guess actually it's not the worst way. It has worked out before, that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, teaser trailer over. Here's the real thing. Seb, thank you very much for joining us. How are you feeling, buddy?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess we won.
Pretty solid. Solid victory for you there.
A little shaky, but yeah, we won.
Yeah, it was the first 5-game series of the season so far. Did you think it was going to go the distance against Morningstars?
No. Given how our practice has been going the past month, we weren't expecting to have close games with many people this season. So yeah, I think we're disappointed with how we played today. It definitely hasn't. The scrims haven't translated, basically.
Yeah.
There was a lot of attention there, especially on Gibraltar. KSP, I hate to say it, kind of manhandled you guys a bit on Gibraltar.
He popped off.
You'll give him that.
I think he saw Albion's tweet and got a bit upset.
Yeah, probably. I just want to go back to what you were saying before there, Numlocked. You said it was a little bit shaky, but there's one thing that wasn't shaky. It was yourself. You were very solid on the Rhine throughout. I think you played extremely well, but a lot of people have been telling me that when it comes to Rhine, it's a lot of your team supporting you. I think Yofi did a great job this match.
Sorry, we didn't catch that, Seb.
I said no, I carried the fuck out of
it. Good lad, good lad.
Well, Seb, thank you so much. Congratulations on your win and good luck with the rest of the season.
Cheers.
I always like speaking to Seb. He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a good lad. He's very confident, that's for sure.
I love Seb. I can call him that. We're good mates.
We're good mates, yeah. I don't call him Seb. He's we're best mates, me and Seb, you know?
Yeah, I definitely felt the love.
I know pro players.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this series. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to bring you Angry Titans versus 1 Point. Do not go anywhere.